A constantly recurring request from you to take a closer look at the mysterious Eastern, more precisely Indian, or Pakistani fighting dogs, the Bully Kuttas. We have started to fulfill this request several times, but we have always faced the following problems. On the one hand, there are only a few breeders of them in Western Europe where we live, and so far we have not found an expert who knows them thoroughly. Until now, 2 of our interview subjects have talked about them, but they were not too detailed either. On the other hand, it is not possible to find too much information about them in the international cynology literature either, as, despite their past, they are still not accepted as an independent breed on the international stage. Moreover, this breed is mainly used as a fighting dog in its homeland even in our days, about which, despite the fact, no one likes to talk about today. In this video, we will try to summarize the information we have been collecting for some time about this type of dog. Who and what are these dogs, and where did they come from? What have they been used for in the past and what are they used for today? The past and formation of the Bully Kutta. These type of dogs are primarily called Bully Kutta by the Americans and the Europeans, but in other parts of the world they have many other names. They are called Pakistani mastiffs, Indian mastiffs, Alango, but also Sind mastiffs. Their formation and history are the subject of constant debate, and no one can say for sure about them. There is one thing that the majority agree on, and that is that the ancestors could be located around the Punjab and Sindh regions of present-day Pakistan, but about what these ancestors were, there is no consensus. One theory is that mastiff-type dogs of the British conquerors who colonized these territories in the 1700s might have mixed with the large hunting dogs of the local, then Indian aristocracy, and thus the ancestors could have formed. According to the other theory, they may have been descendants of the so-called Elant dogs, which were chronicled but had disappeared by modern times, who were mastiff-type dogs of the Alans, who lived in the territories, what is now Iran. Either way, since in our humble opinion this cannot be discovered thoroughly, as in this region, Western type of pedigrees and other written sources regarding dogs have not survived, it seems quite certain that these dogs, for as long as they exist, have been used primarily for dog-to-dog fights. They may also have played a role in the big game hunts, such as tigers, water buffaloes and other wild animals, which were very popular in India and Pakistan, as well as to carry out land and property protection and guard working tasks. Today, Bully Kuttas are not recognized by any international dog associations as an independent breed, but their origins are primarily linked to Pakistan, which has existed since 1947, where they are still used primarily for dog fighting, in which, contrary to our Western values, the locals see nothing wrong, what is part of their culture and which are still very popular today. An occasion like this, when Bully Kuttas fight with each others, local folks gather, as if they were participating in a local folk festival. Although there are no strict breed standards for Bully Kuttas, cynologists, who know them distinguish between type and the ancient type, the Nagi, the Azil, and the Mastiff type of Bully Kuttas. The present. The name, Bully Kutta, translated for English actually means dog with a wrinkled face and neck. Well, this name is not far from reality, since the many versions mentioned earlier bear many similarities in appearance. These dogs are usually very large in stature, weighing between 65 to 80 kilograms, and sometimes their height can reach up to 110 centimeters, which, if you think it over, is not far from the size of the Great Danes. They are usually characterized by a large, strong head and a well-muscled, athletic build, and all variants are characterized by a strongly wrinkled neck and muzzle area, which provides a kind of protection for them in the fight against other dogs. Their fur is usually short and shiny, and the most diverse color combinations can appear, ranging from white, black, brown, red to brindle, and the mixture of these colors. As the world became more familiar with these dogs, the characterization, the so-called, in quotes, beast from the East name spread in the English-speaking countries. Of course, the question to be answered is whether this name really fits the character of these dogs, and whether they are really as dangerous to their environment as many descriptions tell about them. According to the rare descriptions about the behavior of the Bully Kuttas, they are extremely dominant dogs, which is not at all surprising given their past, and partly their present. In dog fights, which are being held regularly in Pakistan to this day, Bully Kuttas are presented almost in conditions similar to a local folk festival. According to the descriptions, these dog fights are very different from the pit fights of Western, bully-type dogs. When Bully Kuttas are let loose to catch on each other as soon as possible, the dogs grab each other's neck or skin and begin wrestling with each other for a long time. The fight is usually won by the individual who has greater muscle power and stamina and can endure clinging to each other for a longer time. In addition, almost all experts agree that the type of dog called the Bully Kutta is excellent both as a territorial guard and personal guard dog. Since this is a giant dog, where the degenerative effects of external breeding do not really apply, in fact, in most cases natural selection plays a role, a Bully Kutta, who attacks for any reason can pose an extremely serious danger to everyone. Imagine a giant-sized dog, with the size and strength of a Great Dane, with an almost Doberman-like agility, which for centuries has been selected to receive and handle the alien 2- and 4-legged opponents with at least suspicion, but rather with aggression. Perhaps it is no coincidence that all dog literature agrees that this type of dog is not at all for beginners, and only the most experienced of those who have former dog experience should keep them. Fortunately, the Bully Kutta is not even threatened by this danger, since its presence in the Western world is very rare. Due to their large size and behavioral patterns that differ significantly from Western expectations, it is not expected to gain significant popularity in this part of the world closer to us, except in the unlikely case that one of the Hollywood moguls thinks of shooting another family movie, this time with the Bully Kuttas. Besides their behavior, strength and stature, there is another factor that fortunately hinders greater prevalence, which is the price of a Bully Kutta pup, which today starts at around $3,000, and which does not include the cost of their transportation from India or from Pakistan.